Picture this. You're rambling through a Viking fortress at dawn, then chilling at sunset as two seas duke it out. Welcome to Denmark, where old sagas cozy up to nature's wild side. Fancy fairy tale castles, windswept islands oozing Nordic vibes, or cities blending medieval flair with modern pizzazz? Come explore with me. Every nook's got a Scandinavian gem to share. Stick around till the end for the Mountain of Heaven, a stunner of a view that's pure Danish soul, warm as a fireside chat. Hey, you happiness hunters! Denmark's got that feel-good magic dialed in. Cheers to Hygge, the snuggliest vibe around that warms your soul like a big ol' hug. Copenhagen's a bike lover's paradise, pals. 40% of you cool cats pedal to work daily. Plus, Billund's flaunting the original Legoland since '68. Viking vibes hit the National Museum too. Foodie friends, smørrebrød's the sandwich royalty here. Denmark's also got Greenland, the world's beefiest island, and sparked electric trains way back in 1902. Talk about trailblazers. Christiania's a funky free spirit zone since '71, you wild ones. Nature buffs. West Jutland's sandy beach is endless, and Tivoli Gardens is retro fun for you thrill seekers. Speed demons, some highways have no limits, zoom zoom. But Jantelor keeps us humble and tight-knit, you awesome crew, making Denmark one big happy family. Copenhagen. Denmark's capital is a cozy mashup of old-world magic and fresh ideas. Nyhavn's 17th century waterfront glows with bright townhouses, once home to sailors and Hans Christian Andersen. His Little Mermaid statue's been chilling by the harbour since 1913. Meanwhile, the city's green game is strong. Half the folks pedal around daily on bike lanes galore. Christiansborg Palace is a real multitasker, hosting all three government branches. Then there's Christiania, our free-spirited gem since '71, built on an old military spot. Tivoli Gardens from 1843 even sparked Walt Disney's dreams. Modern gems like the Floating Opera House and the Black Diamond Library shine, mirroring the harbour's light. Rubjerg Knude. Snuggled on Denmark's northwestern coast, this shifting beauty spins a tale of nature's wild strength. The Rubjerg Knude Lighthouse, a real charmer from 1899. Back in the day, it sat 200 meters inland, 60 meters high, but the sea nibbles 1 to 2 meters yearly, and sandy winds keep redrawing the scene. Those golden dunes, pure wind-whipped magic. By 2019, with the coast closing in, our clever Danish pals slid the 720-ton lighthouse 70 meters inland on rails, giving it 40 more years to shine. Talk about a teamwork triumph. Now, you lovely folks can climb giant dunes that feel like a Scandinavian desert. It's a beacon of warning and a big ol' high five to human grit against nature's push. Faroe Islands. Hey, you adventure junkies! The Faroe Islands, Denmark's wild child, sits smack between Scotland and Iceland. 18 rugged islands linked by tunnels, bridges and ferries. Old volcanoes cooked up these bad boys, tossing up epic cliffs that shoot 2,000 feet straight out of the sea. Green valleys from glaciers, yup, but the tops stay bald thanks to crazy winds. Waterfalls here are next level pals. Gusts blast them upward for reverse stunners. Plus, the weather's a roller coaster. You'll catch all 4 seasons before lunch. Check this cozy crew. Grass roofs on houses, a Viking hack for insulation against the wild stuff. Tórshavn, the teeny capital, rocks colourful vibes and a fishing boat-packed harbour. Sheep rule here, outnumbering us 2 to 1, hence Sheep Islands, you legends. Old school Nordic ways hang on, like the gritty Grindedrap whale hunt, while Lake Sørvágsvatn's a photo magnet. Kronborg Castle. Peeking up from Denmark's northeastern coast, this UNESCO gem guards the skinny Øresund Strait. Shakespeare dubbed it Elsinore in Hamlet. Pretty cool, even if he never popped by. Started in the 1420s, Kronborg got its fancy Renaissance glow-up in the 1570s under Frederick II. It was prime real estate for collecting ship tolls, raking it in for nearly 400 years. Its Great Hall stretches 62 metres, Northern Europe's biggest back in the day. Down below, cosy catacombs hide Holger the Dane, snoozing till Denmark needs its hero to rise. A nasty fire hit in 1629, but Christian IV patched it right up. The Swedes swiped some treasures in 1658, nabbing the epic 3 Crowns fountain. Talk about a rough visit. Skagen! Up at Denmark's northern tip, 2 seas throw a dazzling party. The North Sea and Baltic bash together, drawing a colourful line where they tussle but stay buddies, never blending. Skagen's light is pure magic, bouncing off water from all sides. Artists like P.S. Krøyer and Anna Anker couldn't resist it back in the 1800s, painting that dreamy glow. The town's cheery yellow houses with red roofs, old fishermen's digs spruced up with leftover boat paint. Ochre's the secret. The grey lighthouse stands tall, Denmark's second biggest. Grennan's sandy spit stretches longer, yearly with gifts from the currents. No swimming, those waves are feisty. But you can dip a toe in each sea, you lucky ducks. Ribe. Scandinavia's oldest town, Ribe, peels back layers of Danish history right to the Viking days. Its cathedral, kicked off in 1150, was Denmark's first Christian spot. Those towers still rule the sky. Cobblestone streets twist like they did way back, framed by half-timbered houses that lean like old pals. Summer nights bring the watchman, a medieval throwback keeping fires and sneaky thieves at bay. Viking treasures keep popping up, so they built the Ribe Viking Museum. Step into 825 with cool reconstructions. The Wadden Sea's floods left marks on walls, a quirky nod to tougher times. The wetlands nearby pull in tons of birds, catch the black sun at dusk when starlings swirl like magic. It's a cozy history hug for us all. Bornholm! Tucked away in the Baltic Sea, Bornholm's a lovely little oddball in Denmark's flat world, resting on granite 1.7 billion years old, our coziest, most ancient patch of home. Its round churches from the 12th century are just darling, perfect for prayer and keeping pirates at bay. Hammeren's grand cliffs rise up north, while the south's sandy beaches feel like a warm hug. Everyone calls it Sunshine Island for its gentle, sunny charm. Hammershus ruins watch over us up north, and Svanike's sweet timbered houses dish up smoky herring from the friendliest smokehouses. Frederiksborg Castle. Popping up from 3 little islets in Hillerød, this Dutch Renaissance beauty is Denmark's royal crown jewel, dreamed up by Christian IV in the early 1600s to wow all of Europe. Its copper-roofed towers gleam like magic in the lakes. Reflection. The chapel's a survivor, dodged a big fire in 1859, keeping its Baroque charm, and a 1610 organ that still hums. The Great Hall bounced back after the blaze, showing off carved ceilings with noble Danish crests. The gardens? A Baroque stunner with neat lines and a fountain, plus a cozy English twist. Now, Frederiksborg's home to the Museum of National History, spilling 5 centuries of Danish tales through portraits and treasures. Such a treat for us history buffs. Helsingør. This sweet maritime town blends old trading days with today's buzz. Its ferry port, linking Denmark to Sweden, keeps a sea sailing tradition alive since the 1400s. Pretty neat, right? The old quarter's a treasure chest of merchant houses, half-timbered, beauties spilling tales of rich traders cashing in on the sound dues. St. Olaf's Church pops with a spire and 1400s carvings. The Maritime Museum, tucked in an old dry dock by Bjarke Ingels, is a gem. Its underground galleries dive into Denmark's sea-loving past. Shakespeare's Hamlet vibes run deep here too. Summer brings local actors playing Hamlet all over town. A quick stroll lands you at the Carmelite Monastery, Northern Europe's coziest medieval hideaway, still standing strong. Greenland. Greenland, the biggest island that's not a continent, is all about wild extremes. An ice sheet blankets 80% of it, 3 kilometers thick, holding enough water to lift the seas 7 meters if it melts. Don't let the name fool you. Green valleys hug the coasts, home to Inuit folks for over 4,200 years. Nuuk, the world's northernmost capital, mixes modern flats with cheery wooden houses. Summer's midnight sun keeps it bright 24/7, while winter nights glow with the aurora borealis. The east coast boasts Scoresby Sund, the world's biggest fjord system, stretching 350 kilometers. Under the ice, there's a canyon bigger than the Grand Canyon. Whales splash offshore, muskoxen tromp the tundra, and climate change is shaking things up, melting ice and uncovering treasures. Himmelbjerget. Climbing 147 meters up, this mountain of heaven was once crowned Denmark's tallest spot. It pops up in the Lake District, looking grander with lakes and woods cuddling its base. Back in the 1800s, the Romantic folks made it a Danish pride thing. Early democracy chats happened right here. The tower from 1875 honours Frederick VII and his Constitution gift. Glaciers from the last ice age sculpted this place, leaving deep lakes and gentle hills. Such a treat in flat Denmark. The steamboat ride up, chugging since 1861, is a classic adventure. Odense. Hans Christian Andersen's hometown sparkles with fairy tale vibes and gritty industrial roots. His wee childhood house sits sweet next to the slick H.C. Andersen Museum, a Kengokuma gem blending stories and style. Born in the Viking Age, Odense nods to Odin, that wise old Norse poet god. St. Knut's Cathedral, right in the medieval core, cradles the relics of Denmark's saint, bumped off there in 1086. The Brandt Zone, once a textile mill, now buzzes as a cultural hangout with artsy galleries. Odense led the way with Denmark's first pedestrian street in '67, and its robot cluster shines with tech magic today. The Funen village takes you back to Andersen's day. Half-timbered farms and folks in old-timey gear make it a cozy history hug. Well, folks, after wandering Denmark's wild shores from Skagen's sea showdowns to those Viking hideouts and soaking up its old meets new charm, where do you pop by first? had a blast roaming with me. Give that subscribe button a tap for more goodies. Till we meet again, here's a hearty tak for nu, Danish for thanks for now, and I'll see you soon for another cozy adventure.